WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
If your college football team and your professional football team didn't both win in prime time over the weekend, I couldn't relate.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. It is Emotion Monday here on ESPN 106.3. It is Monday, September 22nd. Tonight, we wrap up week 3 of the NFL. On the college football gridiron, we saw the Miami Hurricanes take care of business out at Hard Rock Stadium. I was there in person to make sure that those Gators got cooked up well. They got barbecued up right there in Miami Gardens. It happened in the Swamp last year. It wasn't pretty this weekend, but they got it done this year. So the Canes remain one of the top teams in the country, and the Gators fall to 1-3. That had to be good. And then the last checkbox for my weekend, for my football weekend to feel good, was to see if the Kansas City Chiefs, who have been to 3 straight Super Bowls, infamously got their tails whipped in this last one against the Eagles, and we're off to an 0-2 start this year. If the Chiefs could get the dang thing done on Sunday Night Football. And C-Cat, who's on the other side of the glass on the 1s and 2s, you weren't that much of a believer because you thought the Giants were a playoff team this year. But my faith never withered, and that defense held, and it was ugly, and the offense still stinks, and Mahomes seemingly has lost half a step, maybe a yard or so off that arm on the deep balls, but it didn't matter. The Chiefs got the win. I went to sleep peacefully on Sunday night, and I feel better this Monday morning because of it. What up, C-Cat?
Not too much, man. Not too much. It was a disgusting display of the sport of football last night on NBC and Peacock, however you watched the game for Sunday Night Football. But you know what? Someone had to win it.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs ended up winning the game.
Well, don't act like it was a close back. Like Texans-Jaguars was someone has to win it. The Chiefs, it was never in question. They held the Giants, they held them to the ground most of the game. It was a 1 touchdown by Scatterbo, which was really, he's hard to tackle.
You know, the Giants had the football down by 13 with 6 minutes to go.
Woo!
And the broadcast acted as if it was 37-0, FAU trailing to Miami. They acted as if there was no chance in hell for the Giants to win that game.
Yeah.
They ended up being right, but it sounded like a funeral there. And the crowd shots of New Yorkers and New Jerseyans just in distraught dismay of watching Russell Wilson play quarterback for their favorite football team was pretty hard to watch.
Isn't that predictable? They always say the backup quarterback is always the most famous, the most popular, the most coveted player on a team that is middling. And that's what Jackson Dart is to Russell Wilson. Add into that the fact that Dart seems to be a guy that is hyper aligned with Giants fans. He seems to have a bit of an ego and a bit of aura that the Giants fans already not only – it feels very connective with what the Giants want to root for at quarterback. And Russell Wilson, from the jump, is the opposite of that for pretty much every fan base. Nobody really finds the guy cool or endearing. And if he's not tossing the moon balls for touchdowns, what is he doing for you? Well, last night he threw a couple of picks. Last night he tested the Chiefs defense late. And then when the game was in balance, he seemed to kind of tuck his tail and throw the ball out of the back of the end zone a couple times just so it wouldn't end up being a 3-interception game. I do feel for the Giants fans, but this was predictable that they'd be chanting for Jackson Dart 3 weeks in.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Did you think that there was a chance, though, that I don't think there's any chance in these first 6-7 weeks that Russ actually gets pulled for Jackson Dart. Do you feel any differently now watching the fact that they brought Dart out there for the read options a few times, which they did last week as well, and the fans were chanting and cheering for him and booing Russell Wilson? Does any of that change your perspective on what might happen with them?
No, because I feel like we've seen this story in a different shade last year with the Steelers. You have a franchise that's starving for quarterback success. Wrong decision after wrong decision was made with that position in years past. after one of the legendary quarterbacks of their organization did retire. Big Ben for Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
Eli Manning for New York. And I look at it, and it's almost like the Justin Fields for the Steelers in that situation. We saw bad NFL tape of Justin Fields. There was a good chance that Justin Fields wouldn't pan out as a long-term solution for the Steelers at quarterback, even though we saw him in a Steelers uniform for the first several weeks of the season while Wilson was getting healthy. With Jackson Dart, sure, we haven't seen proof of concept in the NFL practicing Jackson Dart, but we also haven't seen him fail in an NFL uniform. So it's pretty tantalizing to talk yourself into the guy that has a ceiling that, for all we know, is limitless. We just haven't seen it yet. So, it was pretty predictable for when Russell Wilson, if Russell Wilson started off pretty slow and poor on offense, that we would get chance for We Want Dart.
All right, so this is what I want to do. I want to play this game with you because the good thing for the Giants, and mostly for Brian Daboll, head coach, and general manager Joe Schoen, is the results on the field aren't really that indicative of whether or not they'll have a job next year. It's all about hope. All we heard throughout the Sunday Night Football broadcast was about how much belief they have in Jackson Dart, how he's going to be Josh Allen 2.0, how he is the saving grace for this football team. Jackson Dart is going to be the guy. So that is what you dangle out there to the media, and that is what you dangle out there to the fan base in order to give yourself more rope, because if they look at the actual results on the field, they might be handing you a different rope. You're 0-3. You have a tough schedule. It is going to be a bludgeoning of a season. Thankfully, you do have your own first-round draft pick next year, so maybe you can add to this talented defensive roster or maybe add a weapon to Malik Neighbors. Like, there's things that are pointing in the right direction. But for their lives, only have one question to answer this season. It's not, can the front seven be a dominant force for them all year long defensively? It's not, can we keep Malik Neighbors happy and force feed him the ball in spots so that he's not sulking on the sidelines, especially in prime time? It's not even, can we get the most out of Russell Wilson, because I really don't think the results with him matter this season. The Giants have to answer one question, and it's, is Jackson Dart the future franchise quarterback for the New York Football Giants? And there's not any other way to answer that than to put him on the field. But the issue is, for Daboll, for Shane, and for everybody tied to those two individuals, Jackson Dart is their big joker. If you're playing spades, most people think that it's always advantageous to hold the big joker, especially when you're a novice in the game of spades. You hold the big joker until the final round because the big joker is the ultimate trump card. It's the spade that beats all spades and all other cards thrown out there. You cannot lose a hand when you throw out the big joker. I don't know if Dart's going to be a big joker. I'm going to run through you here with you here, CCAT, some of the lists of names of quarterbacks that were drafted between 20 and 30. That's where Dart was picked, and 24 overall by the Giants in the first round. The history of how those quarterbacks have played out, some good, some bad. But back to him being the big joker. I don't think that there is a chance in hell that Daboll throws his big joker out 5-6 weeks into the season, knowing that that is all he has. That is his life raft. There is nothing else behind him. His deck is now empty. His hand is depleted. Once Jackson Dart gets out there and starts getting real NFL reps in regular season football play, if it's good, you're safe. If it's bad, you might not have a job by Monday morning. So Daboll's going to hold off on this thing as long as possible, and he's going to talk up Jackson Dart as much as possible to anybody who's willing to listen. The flip side of that is, if it gets unbearable on the field with Russell Wilson, and if the fan base gets much too rowdy, how much of a leash does Daboll and Joe Schoen have to push back against the owner of the franchise, who seemingly does like to meddle in football decisions, in Jim Mara, to tell him, we're saving Dart for later? That's the one caveat that I think could make me feel like, oh no, this might actually be a road that is, there's no U-turn available. If Jim Mara decides to get involved, and instead of putting out a statement saying, I believe in these two guys, he goes and calls them into a meeting like we saw what happened at Hard Knocks last year and says, I'm going to lose sleep if we don't get to see Dart on the field ASAP, then the Giants can be in some absolute trouble. And more so, I think Daboll and Joe Schoen will be in trouble when it comes to their job security.
Yeah, right now it kind of feels like every week that Jackson Dart doesn't start is a year you're taking away from his development in his first year as a rookie,
Maybe.
setting yourself behind for possibly the first season he starts from week 1 on. That's what it feels like right now if you're a New York Giants fan. Watching Russell Wilson's display at the end of last night's game, down by 13, throw the ball into the tunnel, intentional grounding, out the back of the end zone. It was disgusting what we saw.
Here's the thing, though. If Dayball and Shane, if two things could be true, right? Uh, Jackson Dart can be better for the team incrementally than Russell Wilson is right now, but he also could be not good enough to actually justify keeping Dayball and Shane in place. So if Dayball did feel like Dart was really the guy that they are heralding him to be, we would already see him by now. Like, we will be getting that announcement this week that Dart will be coming in and playing football for the Giants, because that was bad. Like, Russell Wilson, 18 for 32, 2 picks. His average per completion was 5 yards. He got sacked a couple of times. His QBR under 50 again. Like, he had that good game against the Cowboys where they were slinging the ball around, but the Cowboys' defense is well, you've seen. We know.
Right,
we
but
saw what
now,
the Bears did.
now we're seeing more and more data points to compare against one another. You can chalk off week 1 as a bad game from Russell Wilson where they did not score a touchdown against the Commanders, but you're not going to have a preseason decision flipped after week 1.
No.
Then you see week 2. Are you really going to bench a guy who threw for more than, 350 yards in week 2? No, you're going to play him in week 3.
Can't.
And now you have another data point that proves you, okay, week 2 really could have been an aberration, just like you said, that Cowboys defense is pretty porous. Now I think is a logical move to make that next step.
So you're thinking they should play Dart next week against the Chargers at home?
Yeah, I think they should.
So here's the issue I have with that. And I think if you are a fan of the Giants, you're begging for it. If you are the owner of the Giants, you are likely angling for it at the very least. The issue I have with that is when you look at the rest of the Giants' schedule. All right, so you play the Chargers. That's a really good defense, by the way. Just like the Chiefs' D, that is a really good defense. So you can play around. You can mess around with that if you want, but I wouldn't be. It's not a favorable matchup. The next week you're on the road in the Superdome against the Saints. That's fine. The Saints are bad, but then you have the Eagles on primetime Thursday Night Football. You have the Broncos. You saw what that pass defense did to Cam Ward, the number 1 overall pick, and the Titans in week 1. That's going to be at Mile High. And then you are at the Link playing against the Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning Super Bowl champions who have the ultimate pass rush to go along with some playmakers on the back end. That can look astronomically bad. Oh, but that's fine, because the next week you get to play the San Francisco 49ers. Like, that's 5 straight games where I would at the very least be a little bit anxious to be running a rookie quarterback out there who has the confidence, I do believe, to be able to execute, but I wouldn't say that I would have the confidence of my job resting on his shoulder. Think about the weight that's going to be on Dart's shoulder when he takes those first snaps, as the crowd is begging for him, as everybody's expecting this guy to be the second coming of Josh Allen, because that's what you've been feeding the media. You know, Dayball's been kind of writing this check that eventually he's going to have to cash. If Dart doesn't come out there and look like the savior, and if he gets wrecked around a bit 2, 3, 4 games in a row, then what? Then it's over. There was your big joker. You had nothing else behind it, and guess what? You're going to be getting up from the table here broke.
I mean, Cam Ward hasn't really started his career very well. Are you going to give up on him?
Well, is Cam Ward in the same situation as the Giants have with Jackson Dart? The difference between Cam Ward's situation and Jackson Dart's situation is Ward has the installation of being the number 1 overall pick. He also has the installation of everybody already knows that coach is like walking the plank. Brian Callahan is taking all of the heat for the failures of the Titans. Calvin Ridley, who got 7 targets this weekend against the Colts and caught 1 of them and dropped like 3 or 4 of them, he's catching all of the heat. Meanwhile, we're seeing all of those like absolutely delicious videos of Ward evading pressure and throwing off of the wrong foot, just on a rope. Like nobody has seemed to lose any stock in Cam Ward yet.
But we could see the same exact thing with Jackson Dart, except Malik Neighbors is a better receiver than Calvin Ridley.
True.
Looks like the backfield of the Giants is better than the backfield of the Titans right now. I've not been too impressed with Tony Pollard, and Scadaboo looked incredible last night. It looked very fun to watch.
So you're doing this from a place of privilege, CK. You're saying trot out Jackson Dart. You're saying that as a guy whose job is not tied to the success of Jackson Dart.
But that's doing your job. You're doing job. Your job is to set up the football team for success. And that is, maybe it's not to give you.
What if he's not ready?
If he's not ready, he will be getting ready by playing these games.
The fact that they're putting him in there, and again, I would feel more confident in what Dart can be today if they were putting him in there and actually giving him an option to throw the football. Each time they've dressed him out there for a snap, it's been read option. His only option is hand to the scatterbo or run. And I don't know if that's the thing. Like, that reminds me of when the Georgia Bulldogs, I was covering the Bulldogs back then. It was college football era, which is a little different but similar position because you have Jake Fromm as your starting quarterback, and behind him you have this fella named Justin Fields. And Justin Fields was a guy that the whole crowd wanted to see. People were done with Fromm. Everybody wanted to see Fields. He was an athlete, a dual threat, a five-star quarterback who could sling it, and he was probably the best athlete on the field half the time he stepped onto it. And Kirby Smart had to make the unheralded decision of giving these packages to Justin Fields so that he would stay, I guess, confident, so he could stay put in Athens, which obviously didn't end up working out. And all of those packages were run the damn football, take off. Kirby wasn't confident in his arm yet, at least as a passer in the college game. I don't think Daboll is all the way confident in a regular season game to trot out Jackson Dart and have him go through progressions, find the right spot to throw it, and then throw an accurate pass. I'm not saying he can't be there, but obviously Daboll doesn't feel that way. They had the Chiefs in the red zone and on downs in which you would expect them to maybe try to use the passing game. And they brought Dart out one time for back-to-back snaps, and both of them were handoffs.
Yeah, but you saw what everyone saw last night. It's not like Russell Wilson gave you a glimmer of hope. Like, he was making mistakes that a 19-year-old makes when you're at the goal line.
It was bad. And you know what I would say to that? If I'm Daboll and you gave me the option of benching Russell Wilson before I looked over at Jackson Dart and played the big joker, I'd be looking over at Jameis. I'd be looking over at Jameis Winston. And G. Garcia said it in the YouTube chat at ESPN West Palm on YouTube. And if, again, it's the Prize Picks YouTube. I would be looking straight at Jameis Winston, and I will be saying, you get your ass out here and you try to help us, like, just literally weather the storm until I feel like Jackson Dart is all the way ready. I am not playing my last card 4 weeks into the season, and now my tail is on the line because Dart wasn't quite ready, or he doesn't quite have. Because think about the other side of this, too. He's not getting to be able to run with the ones. Isn't that the whole conspiracy theory around Cleveland was, oh, they're doing Shador dirty because he's not running with the ones, and then they threw him out there in the preseason game. Like, how many reps is Dart getting with the ones right now?
Well, no, he's not the starting quarterback.
That's the issue. So why would you, this early on, trot him out there? I would wait. Where's their bye week? Where's the Giants' bye week?
That's what I was looking up to right now.
That's usually the spot. So typically you see this with coaches, especially when you have a heralded rookie that you want to give some time out there and you know that the veteran stopgap guy is not working out. You wait till the bye week. You trot them out there. You give them 2 full weeks of practice.
You got a week 14 bye.
Perfect.
You cannot justify week after week after week of horrible football, touchdownless football.
Yes, you can.
When you have an option that you don't know the result of. Even though we have time and time again examples of stagnant offenses past Russell Wilson's prime.
You just called it. C-Cat, why are you running from the truth? That's the perfect spot. Because think about this. Remember how high people were on Michael Penix Jr. coming into this year? Remember how high people were on Michael Penix Jr., who played how many starts again for the Falcons at the back end of last season? 1 or 2? 2. He came in for Cousins, so I would say 3 games Penix had of a sample size for the Falcons last year, and everybody in their mama said he was the second coming of Michael Vick. He was going to be the next left-handed number 7 to take the Falcons. I guess he's number 8 to take the Falcons to the promised land. Wait, what number is Penix wearing? Is it 7 or 8? It's 7. Pitts is 8. Either way, people thought that guy would be the heir apparent, and they just got shut out by the Panthers. So if you're Daboll,
exactly, but that's where I'm kind of, you're losing me here. Why should Daboll transparently act in his direct own interest? He should be acting in the interest of the New York Giants.
Because to be honest with you, the interest of the New York Giants would be to keep Daboll. I do think that he's a good football coach, and I think he's a good developer of quarterbacks. We have proof in the data there. I'm not saying he should be acting selfishly on behalf of Daboll just out of saving his job, though I do think that is going to play into his decision-making. I think that it's going to be best for that franchise in general if Dart has as much time to ride the pine and learn the game from the sideline as possible before he gets out there. The New York media is not a kind media. The New York football fan base will turn on you on the flip of a dime. And on the other side of that, too, if you're Jackson Dart, wouldn't you want to be more like Patrick Mahomes and get as much reps in practice and as much learning from an expert like Daboll, an expert like Andy Reid, as you can before you're tried it out there with a football team that is also incomplete? That's an incomplete offense. Great defense, incomplete offense.
Chiefs are a playoff team through and through in a very functional organization.
You said the Giants were a playoff team.
Well, they weren't a playoff team last year, year after year after year.
The Giants looked good last night, low key. Like, the defense was absolutely everything it was promised to be. And I do feel like with a good quarterback, with that run game, like you said, and if Malik Neighbors, if you can find up ways to scheme him the ball a bit more, they're probably one extra weapon away from having they could be a playoff team next year with Jackson Dart starting.
Got to be honest, every week we get closer to the Giants looking like a prettier version of the Browns.
It is literally, I was going to make that point today. They are like two teams, but different fonts.
Yeah. Like, they have recent Super Bowl winning success, which is very distinguishable, and it separates them completely. But you look at their team makeup and their recent team success, and it kind of feels that way. The Browns had one pop year where they got a playoff win against the Steelers when they probably shouldn't have. The Giants, the same thing with Daniel Jones against the Vikings on the road.
Yeah.
But outside of those pop years, it's been quarterback destitute and defense prowess.
Yes. And you know what? That's the perfect scenario for a guy like Dart to come up and be the saving grace, to be the savior. I'm going to run through with you. Excuse me. Sorry about that, C-Cat. I'm going to run through this with you, though, the list of quarterbacks drafted in a similar spot as Jackson Dart, and you tell me which way you think this thing can go, because honestly, it is a boom or bust isn't even the word.
Okay, so this is 20 through 30 in the first round of the draft.
Quarterbacks selected between 20 and 30 in the past 25 years of the NFL draft.
Now think about this pick range. These are playoff teams.
These are playoff teams.
Oftentimes, unless there's a trade made.
Yeah. And then some of these are teams that have traded back for these picks as well. You'll see. So you have infamously Kenny Pickett to the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 20.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and give that a. How about at number 22 overall, Rex Grossman to the Bears? Which I would consider that kind of a success.
Yes.
Yeah, let's give that a check.
Went to a Super Bowl with them.
J.P. Lossman, 22 overall.
Who?
Exactly.
Wait. Are there years attached to this? Or no? I don't know who that is.
22 overall. No, yeah, that's Lossman was the Chargers.
Okay.
22 overall, Brady Quinn, Bears.
No, it didn't work out.
Or excuse me, Browns. 22 overall again. The Browns said, if at first you don't succeed, pick yourself up, try again, and draft Brandon Weeden.
He was like 37 years old when he entered the league.
Yeah. All right, how about number 22 overall again? It couldn't be the Browns again, could it?
I think it is.
Except for Johnny Manziel. 3 straight right here. At 22 overall, 3 straight swings and misses from the Browns. So we got 4 losses. Actually, one win is Rex Grossman so far, and we have 4 losses with Pickett, Quinn, Weeden, and Manziel. Do you think the Packers selecting Aaron Rodgers 24 overall worked out?
That worked out pretty damn good.
All right, so we're 2-5 so far on success rate of quarterbacks drafted between 20 and 30 of the last 25 NFL drafts. Number 25 overall, Jason Campbell. Now, I give that a check mark.
Wait, what?
Jason Campbell. He had a good career. He had staying power. He was a starter for like at least 6-7 years.
A first-round quarterback. I think you expect more than just to make a career in the league.
We have a comment here. Justin in the YouTube chat said Brandon Weeden wasn't bad. He was 30. He was 30 years old when he started in the NFL. Hell yeah, he was bad. Jason Campbell was good. I'm going to give him a check.
All right, that's a weird
stuff.
I don't know.
Look it up. He's better than you're giving him credit for. So we have the wins so far are Rodgers, Campbell, and Rex Grossman. The losses so far are Manziel, Weeden, Quinn, Lossman, and Pickett. Tim Tebow is an interesting one, number 25 overall. He had a playoff win.
I think he's more of a phenomenon and not a success.
Not a success at all. All right, so Paxton Lynch at 26 overall, Broncos.
No.
And then you have 26 overall again, the Green Bay Packers. They got it right twice. Jordan Love. So the question is, do you think Jackson Dart who we saw 3 or 4 snaps from on Sunday Night Football last night. Do you think Jackson Dart is closer to Kenny Pickett, or do you think he's closer to Aaron Rodgers? Is he Brandon Weeden, or is he Jordan Love? Is he Jason Campbell, which I'm going to say is a good thing?
Yeah.
Is he Jason Campbell, or is he J.P. Lossman? That's what the Giants have to figure out. But again, it is a crapshoot. Again, this is a less than 50-50 proposition given the data that we have right there, and also given the fact that quarterbacks are typically a coin flip.
Yes, and I think Tyler Shuck was he a 20 to 30 pick, or was he in the team?
He was second round.
He was a second round pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Saints got him in second.
Okay.
Yeah. So that wouldn't count. Factor into this as well.
Yeah,
He was projected in that range though.
Throw him out there. Play him.
Lamar Jackson, to be fair, was the 32nd pick, and this was
Okay.
a little nitpicky to keep him out. So
Right. Fair enough. Yeah, play Jackson Dart. I think it makes sense. I think New York fans would
But think
agree. I
about
think
the
New York
people-
fans are
Okay.
begging to not see more Russell Wilson football
But-
when they sit down on the couch every Sunday.
good point. But the successes that we named, all of them sat their first year. Aaron Rodgers sat. Jordan Love sat. I don't know what the hell happened with Jason Campbell his rookie year. I can't remember. He was good though. It was good.
Keep
Rex
on
Grossman,
saying
I think
it.
he
It's not
started.
going to seep into my head. I'm not
Look
going
it-
to
look
walk
it
around
up.
and tell people, wow, Jason Campbell, he
Jason
was good.
Campbell.
Look it up.
Jason Campbell, better than people think. that should be the headliner on his Wikipedia page. Better than people think.
I'm looking at these touchdown to interception ratios, and I'm going to throw up.
He was a starting quarterback he started for the Washington Redskins 05 to 09.
Ooh.
Not bad.
After you tell the phone number to call in, I got some bad injury news.
It was pretty good. 888-760-3776. Do you believe in Dart? Should the Giants start Dart? I like that. That should be like on the sign in the middle. Start Dart. Start Dart. Is that the chant they're doing? Or are they just booing?
I'm thinking of a graphic that just flips the ST to a D.
To a D. I like, you know
Start
what?
Dart. Like it's
Start
spinny.
Dart. Start Dart. You know, I like it.
I don't know what you're doing. You're raising your left hand and you're like
I'm
opening a
lifting
can
the
of something.
flap of the thing. So it's ST start.
Okay.
Dart. Start. When the flap is down, it says ST and then it's a D under it. So I'm lifting the ST to reveal the D.
Gotcha.
888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Call into the Baptist Health Hotline. Do you start Dart or do you wait? I say you wait until the Week 14 bye. You save your tail. You allow your prowess as a quarterback whisperer, Brian Daboll, to seep in as much as possible, and then you give Dart the last few games of the year, and then on the back end, you get a top 10 pick to add to that offense. No, don't start Dart. Wait. Be patient. You don't have to be patient, though. You can call in and give your take on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. Welcome to Pro Level Orthopedic Care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. Get back to the life and the activities you love. And learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. 888-760-3776. Do you start Dart or do you wait? C-Cat, you said you had some sad injury news, so how about we tee this thing up? Speaking of Baptist Health.
My leg! I am not angry. I am in pain. My leg!
Time now for an injury report.
My head and torso! Wow, that's crazy. They hit me everywhere except my legs!
Presented by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Go where the pros go.
My leg!
All right, so we had a couple of injury news come down the line in the past 30 minutes, one of which was standout receiver C.D. Lamb. He has that high ankle sprain. He's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks. But dropping just now from Adam Schefter, Nick Bosa, prolific pass rusher, run defender, defensive end, Pro Bowler. He suffered a season-ending torn ACL in yesterday's win over the Cardinals. So folks are dropping like flies in the NFL. This first 3 weeks has been a gauntlet. James Conner also out for the season.
Season-ending right ankle injury for James Conner. It feels like we do this every year, but every year it feels like the world is ending. So I'm not sure if we're overreacting. I'm not sure if this is like par for course. But to lose Nick Bosa 3 weeks in, and the Niners already have Kittle on IR. They got Brock Purdy sidelined with a minor turf toe injury. Like I told you, the Niners have the worst injury luck in the world. They need to flip their whole medical staff, and this is nothing against them. They're probably fine men and women, but something ain't right around there. And we're seeing it all across the league. Jake Browning played against Carson Wentz this week. The hell is that about? This is sad.
Yeah, people want to complain about protecting the quarterback, maybe too much the NFL's been doing in the past decade. When you start getting Browning versus Wentz in week 3,
You get it.
I'll survive some paws to the head that look very cheap and not really damaging. Throw the flag.
Throw the flag.
Going low into a quarterback. All right, throw the flag. I cannot handle bad quarterback play this early.
You know what, too? I also am a fan of throw the flag in that regular season. In the postseason, maybe hold off a little bit. You know? Maybe that's when I'm cool with, okay, man, hey.
Letting them play.
Not impact the game. Yeah,
okay,
let them play a little bit
the
more.
NBA, I think that's fair.
Let them play a little bit more.
And Mahomes wasn't throwing those cheap shots when he was going to the sideline yesterday. He heard the noise.
Hey, Mahomes has been lowering his helmet and his shoulder pads through 3 weeks. So I think all the noise on everybody talking about, I think he's heard it. And
you know what I'm talking about.
what are you talking about?
Him pretending like he was going to run out of bounds in the first 2 weeks of the season, and then last second reversing, going upfield to cheap shot the defender who's going to.
That is not a cheap shot. Go back and watch those videos. And also, he's doing it in the middle of the field as well. He did it last night in the middle of the field.
Right.
He's lowered his shoulder on
most
contacts all season long. He's a big dude.
I saw progress last night. I didn't see the cheap shots last night. I saw cheap shots in weeks 1 and 2. Yes, they are.
Now, how are those cheap shots?
Because
he got
he's an
hit.
overly protected
QB1
of the NFL. He knows that people are going to be a little bit more dainty with him on the sideline. And when they do take the foot off the gas while he's going towards the sideline, they're not going to risk the 15-yard penalty. They don't lower their shoulder. Then he does, and then takes out their chest.
You watch the game. You watch the Chargers game. Before he dropped the hammer on, I believe it was Asante Samuel Jr. on the sideline, he had got popped by a corner maybe the drive before on the same exact sideline in the same exact spot. So you win some, you lose some. But he's been lowering his shoulder all season long. It has not changed. You can't get mad at him when he does it versus when he runs out of bounds. It's going to be one or the other. So as a defender, you got to make a choice. It's the truth. No. Did you watch it? Do you remember him getting popped? He got popped multiple times in that Chargers game. Are you cleverly forgetting that?
That's like 10 days ago now. That's a while ago.
But do you remember him? You remember him dropping the hammer because that's the tweet that you see over and over again. But do you remember him getting popped multiple times?
Oh, that's a football play.
All right, so it's a football play when he does it back to him.
I don't.
You can't have it both ways.
That's like the Kenny Pickett fake slide when he was at Pittsburgh.
He didn't fake slide though. He dropped the hammer on him. If Josh Allen does that, you're giving him credit for running over dudes. When Mahomes does it, all of a sudden, he's playing up against the rules.
I will say,
so protected.
Mahomes looked really good last night, apart from the 2 really weird fumbles that were backward laterals. Yeah. Like he made some pre-2020 Mahomes throws and evading sacks and then unleashing a cannon down the field.
Yeah.
Where did that guy Tranquil come from?
You mean Tyquan Thornton?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Tranquil's the defender. Drew Tranquil's. Tyquan Thornton was a former second-round pick for the Patriots.
Okay.
He was a Belichick draftee, I believe, that did not pan out, but is now kind of seeing a second renewal of his career.
Yeah, he had those back-to-back deep balls. One got called back because he called it an incomplete pass, and he called it again, like in the same area.
He's fast. He has decent hands, but his ball tracking is a little weird. I've been watching a lot of him all year because I've been interested to see if he can be the Xavier Worthy replacement, the fill-in, the deep shot guy. And so far, so good. So we'll see what happens with that Chiefs offense when they bring back their 2 top receivers, Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. But for now, Tyquan Thornton season. It is, theoretically speaking, season on this Motion Monday, and we are going to go to break here. And on the other side, we have to touch on the get around plus CCAT. You're a genius. You called it.
Listen, you don't got to give me too much props. Yeah. Sometimes you are overwhelmingly right.
Yeah.
And on Friday, when predicting what would happen on the 1 o'clock slate in the NFL, I was overwhelmingly right.
We recall that on the other side, but you know what? If you were tapped in with Theoretically Speaking on Friday, or if you have the ESPN South Florida app, you can go back and listen to it yourself. What are you talking? ESPN South Florida app?
Yeah, we got it.
Wait, what? Wait, is that a thing? Like, so there's an app in my app store dedicated to ESPN South Florida content. That's what you're saying.
You guessed it.
Damn, I'm looking at this paper like somebody's lying to me. All right. Oh, it says right here. If I'm curious about what Mike Rizzo had to say about Aaron Rodgers, it's on the app.
He's bullish on him. He likes Rodgers.
Wow. Well, I don't know if that's good or bad for Rodgers because Mike Rizzo is kind of up and down with his accuracy here, like Rodgers sometimes. Oh, how about this? I wasn't able to find the score to the West Boca High School football game. I'm a big time Bulls fan. Where would I be able to find that?
It's on the ESPN South Florida app. I thought you would know that. You
Yeah.
brought it up.
Okay, I'm just looking at this paper, and it's like, ask these questions. Oh, wait, what about this, C-Cat? Where can I watch the Inter Miami live broadcast?
Well, you can listen to it live on the ESPN South Florida app.
Golly, this guy, you do have all the answers. The ESPN South Florida app, download it today. Share it with a friend. It's free, and it can give you everything you need to know about sports in South Florida. You can listen to this show live. You can watch it back, listen to it back. The world is yours when you have the ESPN South Florida app. So download it today. Get your fix on all things South Florida, right in your paws. Right in your paws. How C-Cat was right on the other side. That is C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. This is Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
No, you see, you get $150 in bonus bets after your first $5 bet hits.
Did somebody say hit?
Whoa, Ray Lewis? We were just saying if your bet hits.
Huh. You know I love a good form tackle.
We know, Ray. We know.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Fall is here, and the flavors of the season are waiting for you at DQ Grill & Chill. Treat yourself to the new Maple Cookie Milkshake. DQ's world-famous soft serve blended with maple cookie crumble and real milk. It's the sweet taste of fall in a cup, but only for a limited time. And don't forget the blizzards of the month, pumpkin pie and caramel toffee cookie. Stop by DQ Grill & Chill today with 2 convenient locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake. Fall tastes better at DQ.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Brought to you by FDOT.
Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. The next chapter of Audi is here. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, and repeat. At this point, you're practically training for the Shower Olympics. But here's the twist. It's not your shampoo's fault, it's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs your pores and dries out your hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower system today for only $79 a month. Visit Culligan.com for more information, or just say,
"Hey, Culligan man!"
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Take Michigan State to beat USC plus 600, but at least take the spread at plus 18.5. Take the Cleveland Browns plus 8, plus 7.5, wherever you can find the best price possible. You might as well take a little stab at the money line, plus 340. Week 3 is where the NFL dogs finally come get their paycheck.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Little callback to Friday's Cats and Dogs, where CCAT predicts the underdogs that will make you some bank in college football and in the NFL. And you absolutely nailed it with Packers Browns, as the Browns not only covered, but somehow they beat the Green Bay Packers, my team, to make it out of the NFC. So
it was beautiful to watch. I got to say, it was a fun 30 minutes of
weird.
Red Zone with Scott Hansen.
That was that 30 minutes of my life I will never get back, and I don't want it back. I think it was well spent, time well spent. Then Michigan State, USC. I did not have any eyes on this game at all.
Too late, man. I watched the first quarter, and then I fell asleep.
But your guy, Aiden Childs, 12 for 21, 212 yards, 3 tutties. And Michigan State didn't win, but they damn sure did cover 45-31 USC.
After an 0 for 4, that means betting both the money line and the spread of the two dogs that I provided. An 0 for 4 week 2.
Yeah.
Came up with a 3-1.
3-1.
Week 3. So
Pretty
you
good.
are in the profits right now. That's how money lines work, friends.
That is how it works, especially when you're betting the dogs with CCAT on cats and dogs. And boy, did them dogs come a-barking. Yeah. That was a poodle. I need a bigger dog here. Oh, no, that's more little dogs. There
we go. Yeah.
That was a rot.
That's a. You thought that was a rot? I was thinking that
I'm
was
not
like
good at dogs.
a golden retriever. Yes, with a little bit of a bandana on. An all-American golden retriever.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the one in that meme everybody keeps posting where he's like looking, he's starting to like tear up. You know something bad's coming. It's like,
that's not a golden retriever. That's a
Old
brown.
Yeller?
It's a brown lab.
Is that a brown lab? Are you sure?
Yeah, eyes closed with the sun setting behind him.
How do you know that's a brown lab? Have you seen the guy?
I just know dogs.
You're a big dog guy?
Clearly.
There you go. More chihuahuas. CCAT, man, we got to get to the get around here, man. We got to get around the entire NFL. It's enough glazing the segment Cats and Dogs, though it was a special one this past Friday, and that means that we've raised the bar for what we expect this Friday. How about we hop on that trip?
The Safebound Get Around is brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, South Florida's most trusted moving company. You're safe with Safebound.
It is the Safebound Get Around. You're darn skippy it is. That is the place we go to go from stop to stop across the globe. Sports, culture, entertainment. We've got it all. And we've got it all starting where?
Next stop.
We're starting in the city that I woke up this morning.
Wow.
Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, man, this guy's a traveler.
The marquee Fox game in the 425 slot yesterday was Bears-Cowboys. And the Bears got the win. They were a point favored, opened as that, and the Cowboys became favorites throughout the week as the bets rolled on in. But the Bears put together the best game of Caleb Williams' NFL career so far. Ben Johnson, new head coach of the Bears, got his first ever win as an head coach. Here's Micah Parsons with the Packers, excuse me.
Michael Parsons.
On the other end of a team that playing bleep the bed, well, in Micah Parsons' words, not mine, with the Packers.
And sometimes, just like today, you the bed. That's just the reality of it. Like, it happens to the best teams. You know what I mean?
Theo, in your opinion, who bleeped the bed the most in yesterday's NFL slate? Because I talked about Micah Parsons' new team bleeping the bed with the Packers losing to the Browns. Talked about Micah Parsons' old team, where the Cowboys just looked non-competitive against the Chicago Bears. Who bleeped the bed the worst yesterday?
It was the Packers. It was the Packers for several reasons. Let's start with the fact that the Cowboys lost CeeDee Lamb in the first quarter. You know? Like when you lose your best player after you traded away your best player 2 weeks ago, sometimes things can get out of hand. The Cowboys on the road at Chicago, the Bears coming off of an embarrassing loss. You expected them to fight back in a big way. You expected Ben Johnson to finally at some point get something out of this offense. And Caleb Williams had a near perfect day. 19 for 28, 298 yards, four passing touchdowns. And I liked the way in which they used him on design runs as well. That Bears offense is going to be good. The Cowboys defense is bad, but I do think the Bears offense is going to round into shape and be really good. Saw touchdown Luther come to life. He had 3 catches, 101 yards, and a tutty. They had a flea flicker going. That's how much they were playing so well. They had a flea flicker that started off abysmally with the pitch from DeAndre Swift and ended beautifully with Luther Burden turning on the Jets and scoring a big touchdown. I like this. I like this team a lot, man.
So that was the longest thrown pass air yards of the season from anyone in the NFL. 62 through the air.
And he did it in a compromising position.
Yeah.
He just chunked that was amazing. The Bears are going to be good. The Packers, on the other hand, had a lot of very strange things happen. A lot of bad penalties. The defense was good, but if you can't expect your team to win games when you only score 7 points yourself, I think the defense was good enough. The offense kept putting them in bad spots. And there was this one very peculiar play where the Packers were backed up by their own end zone. Jordan Love finds Matthew Golden down the right sideline, and he makes a catch. And we've seen this guy be able to stop on a dime and turn on the Jets throughout his college career at Texas and early on with the pros, even though not so much with the ball in his hands. He catches the ball near the sideline, has nothing but green grass ahead of him, and walks out of bounds. If he turns on the Jets and tries to go for either more yards or score a touchdown, the Packers win that game. For some odd reason, he gave up on that play. The Packers would turn the ball over soon thereafter, and they end up losing the game. That was really weird.
A lot of blocked field goals in yesterday's slate.
Extremely weird. Like, somebody's seeing something in the special teams room.
Yeah.
And it's not the guys that are on the kicking side of the special teams. It's the other side.
Next stop.
We're going back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Nice.
We're going to Miami Gardens. You were there, Theo, where the Miami Hurricanes laid the boom on the Florida Gators. You mentioned it before. It happened last year on the road in Gainesville. Well, this year it happened in front of their home crowd, Hurricane crowd that represented themselves. Well, Miami gets the big win in front of their crowd. Josh Pate had this to say about what the temperature in the room was between Miami and Florida.
Officials at one point took a Miami touchdown off the board basically because they blew what I can only describe as a sympathy whistle, where there was a mauling happening and there's a pile still moving forward, and some official just out of the kindness of their heart blows the whistle. Like, at the end of the day, these are someone's kids. These kids in the Florida uniform, that's someone's kid. I got to stop this. Well, no, it'll stop when he crosses the goal line.
This is so disrespectful.
What did you get out of the Miami Hurricanes' big win that vaulted them up to number 2 in the AP poll?
Well, I will say this. I made the argument after the game, are the Canes the top team in the nation? If you look at the box score, you could believe that. If you watch the game play out, you would say, damn, they left a lot of points. They left a lot of points on that field. It wasn't pretty at all, but you win 26-7. The Gators gave them every opportunity to pound their faces in, and I just think that the Florida defense is as advertised. They are really good. Carmani McClain made an amazing play on the ball to pick off Carson Beck. Beck was 17 for 30, 160 yards. That's not great, but the running game was electric, and that's what I talked about all last week. If the Canes can run the ball, control the clock, and get stops against the Gators, they're going to come out of there with a win. If the offense found a way to make some, electric plays here and there, it was going to be a blowout. But the Gators weren't handing the ball away like they did against LSU, so it wasn't like Miami was set up for great field position every time. And on the other side of that, the Gators defense was stout. So 26-7, you'll take it. Number 2 in the nation, you'll take it. And Clemson lost as well. We'll take it. The Canes are on top.
Did you eat any gator?
I didn't get a chance to eat any gator, man.
Everyone had gator on the grill, man.
Ruben Bain was eating gator in the locker room. I love Hurricane Ruben Bain, number 4 off the edge, going to be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft next year. South Florida kid, and he's running his mouth like Warren Sapp used to. He's talking a lot of crap. He is posting pictures on his Instagram and whatnot. Ruben Hurricane Bain is a classic, a throwback Miami Hurricane defensive lineman.
Next stop.
We are going to Minnesota.
Minneapolis?
We'll go to Minneapolis. Why not?
The Nap?
Kind of a newer stadium there. I remember when their old place got collapsed with snow.
Twin City.
Yeah.
They're not the Nats. That's in Indianapolis.
Well, it was backup quarterback versus backup quarterback. J.J. McCarthy, he's out. Joe Burrow, he's out. Carson Wentz, he's in, replacing McCarthy for the Vikings. Jake Browning, familiar in the Bengals uniform, he's in for Burrow. Rodgers had 1 pick-6 defensive touchdown in this game. Does he get a second?
Plus, they get the third quarter kick. It's Fant. Lost the football. It's Rodgers again, off and running. Oh, my goodness. He runs it back for a second touchdown today.
Final score, Minnesota 48, Cincinnati 10. An absolute destruction at halftime. It was 34-3. Is this what I think it is, Theo? Did Carson Wentz just win the quarterback job in Minnesota?
No.
Are the days of J.J. McCarthy gone and done with already?
Thanks for asking, but no. Carson Wentz played okay. The Vikings won the football game. That had more to do with the Bengals being inept than it had to do with Carson Wentz being a good quarterback. I think he'll be a fine stopgap for him. But when JJ's healthy, he'll be back on the field, and I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, but Wentz did nothing to take that job away. If anything, you know who got more job security today? Joe Burrow. Joey B, I know he wants to see his Bengals do well, but you know he's kicked up somewhere like, see, I told you. Y'all was talking all that noise about how good Jake Browning is, how replaceable I am. Take a look at that.
That's a get around.
Safe bound get around at that. And that was a really fun one. On the other side, we have to discuss first coach fired. There are names on this list that I saw come out today. One of them who I thought shouldn't even be considered. Another one who I think should be in first place. First coach fired in the NFL. We talk odds. We talk the names on the other side. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com. pbhnphysiciangroup.com to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and if you love football, you're in the right place. Monday Night Football wraps up Week 3. The Lions head to Baltimore for a clash with the Ravens that will shake up the standings. We go live to Baltimore at 7. It's Lions and Ravens here on ESPN 106.3.
Mondays just got better for the men of Palm Beach County. Unlimited Auto Wash is offering $5 off any wash every Monday at all 6 convenient locations. Men's Monday at Unlimited Auto Wash. Don't miss it.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
F45 Training West Palm Beach offers functional group fitness classes reimagined. Sign up for F45 today and visit their West Palm Beach location. Featuring high-intensity group workouts that are fast, fun, and results-driven, F45 always has the right workout for you. Not to mention, it takes just 45 minutes. Visit F45training.com today to find a studio near you and officially join the F45 Training family. F45, team training, life-changing.
Time now for the Land Rover Palm Beach Player of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. Every Player of the Week is eligible to win a scholarship at the end of the year. This year, a $25,000 scholarship will be awarded to an athlete, with $10,000 going to the winner's high school athletic department. Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond. Here's Cade Chumslin.
Our Land Rover Palm Beach Player of the Week is Pahokee star running back Sam Arnold. In the Blue Devils' Week 3 matchup against Seminole Ridge, Sam went for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. But we all know that the biggest game for the Blue Devils is the Muck Bowl against Glade Central. And when I asked Sam about it, this is all he had to say.
It's personal, you know. It's a business trip, and we're gonna win this year, man. I know we're gonna win this year.
Congratulations, Sam, for being selected this week's Land Rover Palm Beach Player of the Week.
Don't fumble your finances. Whether you're running a business or running plays, Jay Zolo and Associates keeps your books tight and your stress light. With nearly 30 years of experience, Jay Zolo is your go-to coach for QuickBooks, offering expert consulting, one-on-one training, and full-service bookkeeping. Jay Zolo and Associates, simplifying your books so you can win on and off the field. Visit jzolo.com today. That's JZOLLO.com.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Hey, it's Theo Dorsey. My favorite time of year is here, football season. And if you're a fan of football, you need to be playing Prize Picks. It's simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. Will Saquon Barkley have more or less than 1 rushing touchdown? Will Joe Burrow throw more or less than 2.5 passing touchdowns? If your picks are right, you can cash in. Prize Picks also puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast and safe and secure. They offer Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account all football season. We make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Download the app today and use code THEOD to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code THEOD to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Dayball and Russell Wilson caught the Boo Birds last night on Sunday Night Football, but those were the boos from actually Nissan Stadium in Nashville as Brian Callahan, not Brian Dayball, was being berated by his home base. CCAT, you know, there were 7 NFL games that featured a game-winning score in the final 3 minutes of the fourth quarter yesterday. According to Elias Sports Bureau, that is the most in a single day since the merger in 1970. We talked about how that last 30 minutes or so of Red Zone was electric. There's a reason why. It was historic.
The talk during the halftime, time window of the 1 o'clock slate was how bad this slate of games was.
Yeah.
And things changed quick. We haven't even gotten to the Jets Buccaneers.
Oh my God.
Calamity at the end there.
I don't think Baker's allowed to lose football games. I think that's like written somewhere in the bylaws of games these days. It's like if it's close, Baker gets to win. One of the teams that were not in a one-score game was the Titans, who lost 41-20 to the Colts. I think Daniel Jones might be real. I also think, CCAT, that there's a really good place to train your golf game. And actually, I'll be there tomorrow morning to check in on that. It's Kaiser.
Dude, you want to talk about a team that's allergic to losing football games? That's the Kaiser University Seahawks football team, ranked #2 in the nation for a reason. They got a big 30-point win over Cumberland's in Kentucky, team that's receiving votes. Well, Kaiser made it look like they were playing Division 25 football. Kaiser is so good at that dang sport. They crushed them. They've got 26 national championships at that athletic program of Kaiser University. It's right down the road from here, off I-95 and the Turnpike in West Palm Beach. It's a well-rounded athletic program. The men's lacrosse team won their 3rd straight red banner last season. How about their men's tennis team? They won their first ever NAIA title last year. Kaiser also captured his 5th Sun Conference Commissioner's Cup, going to the most successful athletic department in the conference. Get the latest in the championship Kaiser Seahawk athletic programs at kuseahawks.com. And Theo, you're going to be there tomorrow.
I will be there tomorrow morning. I am doing a shoot for a show I am working at to show off the prowess of the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center.
Oh.
So we'll be there for a couple of hours tomorrow morning. If you want to come there and get hit some balls as well, I welcome you.
I am your go-to, stand-in hitting golf ball guy.
Yes.
We've done it once before. I go there. I'm the meat,
Yeah.
that I just swing the club, and you're behind the camera.
Yes.
It's where we reverse roles. Like, as your producer, it's usually the other way around. I'm the one turning the mic on and getting the tech ready for you. But when it comes to golf specifically, that's when you see my pretty face.
You're the man. See, you are the expert in that field when it comes to Theo and CCAT relations. You're the expert in that field. The expert in the field of first coach fired, according to themselves, I guess, is bookies.com. They put out this list of 2025 NFL head coaches' first fired odds. Would you be able to guess who is the guy with the shortest odds on this list?
I would. Well, you kind of gave me a hint with the Titans and Brian Callahan. I did not like what I saw with game management with him, but I think Brian Daboll should be number one. So I'm going to guess him.
Mike McDaniel, which is just overlooked because they played Thursday.
Yes, that's exactly.
That's the only reason why.
Come on.
So Mike McDaniel's the leader in the clubhouse for the thing you wouldn't want to be the leader in, and that's first coach fired, according to bookies.com. He's plus 150. After that, at number 2, Brian Daboll of the Giants, plus 250. You got Brian Callahan of the Titans, plus 450. Zach Taylor of the Cincinnati Bengals, plus 900. And then Kevin Stefanski of the Browns, plus 1,000. I don't think Stefanski should be on this list, especially not after yesterday. He feels like he is a competent and a good head coach. He just is in a bad situation right now. And I think if we look at that Travis Hunter trade and say the Browns won it because of what they got with Mason Graham, who had an excellent day rushing the passer, I think a historic day as a rookie rushing the passer yesterday, and they got Quinshon Judkins in that trade, who looks like maybe the best rookie running back so far, him or Omarion Hampton. Like, the Browns might have won the Hunter trade just 3 weeks in.
Yeah, I mean, let's let these games play off a little bit.
I'm still holding off because I love Hunter.
I love the Browns trade on their end.
I like it. It could be a win-win. It could end up being a win-win. If Hunter pans out, it's a win-win. Right now, the Jaguars aren't even playing Travis Hunter on either side, so it looks like a Browns win so far. Here's what I like. Here's what I don't like about this list. Number one, I don't like Stefanski being included. I know it's plus 1,000. I doubt he's fired in general. I definitely doubt he's the first coach fired out of these 5.
So then is there someone else that's not on that list that you would put at plus 1,000 that's not Stefanski? Because I think that's to be expected from you.
You know what's funny? And I wouldn't do it. I don't think he should be fired. But DeMeco Ryans and the Texans are 0-3, and he's already on his second offensive coordinator. He's not going to be first coach fired, and the Texans aren't going to be 0-3 bad all year. But because of what Nick Caserio, the GM of the Texans, did this offseason in not rebuilding that offensive line, and because of how bad C.J. Stroud in that offense looks, that's not DeMeco's side of the ball, so he's not catching any fire for it. But it's at a certain point, you have to get OC right, and there's no telling if Nick Caley was the right hire or not, and you'll never find out if the O-line is that bad. That was a pillow fight between the Texans and Jaguars.
Yeah, it's true. And, the expectations in Houston are much higher.
Yes.
And they've got one less win than the Cleveland Browns.
They are
the expectations for the Browns.
That is not good. So I think that DeMeco Ryans is closer to having his job in question than Kevin Stefanski is. The one thing I do not like on this list is I believe Brian Callahan should be more under fire right now than any of these other guys. I think that he is looking like a man who has no control over what's going on in Tennessee. He has no favor from that fan base. And he also has a guy in Cam Ward who is getting all of the praise and none of the blame for all of the idiotic stuff that's been happening with that team. Calvin Ridley forgot how to catch the football and track it down. Everybody else in that pass-catching room right now for Cam Ward is either inexperienced or not talented enough. The O-line looks solid, but not as impenetrable as it should be when you got Brian Callahan and his pops, who's an O-line expert, on top of things. And I am feeling like a fool for believing that Brian Callahan was the reason why Joe Burrow had that excellent first, second, and third seasons of his career. I gave a lot of credit to him because I was hopeful he would be good with Cam Ward. But so far through 3 games, he's looked incompetent, and the Titans have looked horrendous. I think he's likely the quickest coach fired here.
Now, is there a chance that they did just lose their first 3 games of the season to 3 playoff teams?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, probably. The Broncos edged out the Chargers, right? Or the Chargers ended up coming back in that one and winning. So the Broncos might be a playoff team. The Colts are definitively the kings of the AFC South right now. And
the Rams
are, yeah. But they got blown out. They weren't competitive in any of these games. The only game they were close in was the Broncos game, and that was the worst offensive performance we've seen from Denver in quite some time, I guess, since the playoff game. But that's different.
So you think it might be advantageous for the Titans to just go back to ground zero and retry year 1 of Cam Ward's career?
Yeah, I wouldn't be against it. I think that he's the guy. He's the kind of guy that can adapt to change. It wouldn't hurt him. Like, that's all he's done his whole career. He went from wing T offense in high school to Incarnate Word to Wazoo to Miami, and he succeeded at each level. Every single transition he made, he did excellent with it. If you don't think Brian Callahan is there for the long run, I would say do not waste time in keeping him there for the and the only thing you're justifying it by is you want continuity for your rookie quarterback. No. Get him out. And don't let Cam Ward suffer from the same things that Trevor Lawrence suffered through, where you had to go through an almost full season of Urban Meyer, and then you go get what's your guy from Philly name? The coach that was there, that won the Super Bowl, Doug Peterson, who didn't pan out either. And now you're on your 3rd head coach 5 years in, and he's still making some of the silly mistakes he was making in year 1.
Continuity's bad if he's continuously the bad option. Like, just because it's the same face and you get familiar with it doesn't make it the right person to be in that job.
It's Callahan and it's Mike McDaniel. Those are the 2 ones that should have the shortest odds to be fired. I think Brian Daboll can save his job for as long as he can save Jackson Dart from playing football. We have the happy hour on the other side. We welcome in Tina. We got Monday midterms. It's going to be a great, big love affair. We're going to have fun. We're going to fight. We're going to win.
It's a weird choice of words.
What?
It's going to be a great love affair?
Like, because we love football. We love talking. We love culture. We love sport.
You kind of jumped down a ledge and didn't know where to go with that one. Where did that come from?
A love affair. That's not a love affair. Isn't what you're making it out to be. Love affair is just like people enjoying themselves, having a good time. You know.
I would have sat here for 4 hours before I eventually got to love affair to describe the next hour of the show.
Well, you only got to sit through 3 minutes of break to get to the love affair that is the happy hour on Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Are you one of those people that just can't focus at home? The dog barks, the kids are screaming, and you're thinking, how am I going to get all of this work done? Working from home can be distracting, but Intelligent Office is here to help you focus. They offer quiet and affordable private office and meeting spaces in Palm Beach Gardens to help you get your work done. Call 561-472-8400 or visit intelligentoffice.com to reserve an office today.
It's heating up fast in Palm Beach County. Hey, it's Colin, and if your AC isn't ready for the Florida heat, now is the time to call John C. Cassidy Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Since 1960, John C. Cassidy has kept homes cool and comfortable. Don't wait for a breakdown. Upgrade your system today with great financing available. Be sure to ask about the Cassidy Care Program for year-round peace of mind. Cassidy is proud to support our local community, including the YMCA and the Palm Beach Gardens Youth Athletic Association. Stay cool. Stay prepared with Cassidy Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Visit CassidyAC.com.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Breaking news News on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
PNC Bank salutes you, Soccer on the Radio listener. While others will just read about the match, you're laser focused on every detail. At PNC Bank, we get it. We're all in on helping you make smart money moves and score your financial goals. See how at pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, proud banking sponsor of Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts and Brilliantly Boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Tina, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hey, Colin, what's up?
How's the gym?
It's been great. I'm seeing results. My sports-certified Vitacost products have made a world of difference.
Oh, same. Isn't it great? Vitacost is basically the reason I've been able to keep up with Ironman training. Everything you need is in one place for my BCAAs, protein, and electrolytes. Best part, it's all clean and free of banned substances.
Go re-up on your supplements today. Visit Vitacost.com and use code ESPN20 for 20% off. Level up your game with Vitacost.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
F45 Training in downtown West Palm and Wellington offers functional group fitness classes reimagined. F45 features high-intensity group-style workouts that are fast, fun, and results-driven. They always have the right workout for you. The best part is, it takes just 45 minutes. If you're looking to train for something like High Rocks, F45 has you covered with tailored workouts. Get started today with a promo of your first 3 classes for just $30. Visit F45training.com to find a studio near you and officially join the F45 family. F45, team training, life-changing.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man, your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. This is Theoretically Speaking. This is a Motion Monday. That is C-Cat on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. I'm your boy, Theo Dorsey. And this right in front of us is the Motion Lady herself from this past week, Tina Costanza, Espresso Martina. And she's in here for Monday midterms. What's up, Tina?
Hello, happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. It was a great weekend. We went to the Canes Gators game.
Yes, we did.
That was a lot of fun. We also both got to have our first real regular NFL Sunday of the year. Last weekend I was on Bourbon Street. The weekend before that I was at the homie Shane's house, a little Dolphins watch party. First Sunday I was able to just soak up all of the NFL from my couch with some home cooking. How was your Sunday experience, Tina?
I don't remember the last time that I laid on my couch for more than 2 hours watching TV.
Yeah.
And I actually had the games on.
Yeah.
We had actually 2 games on at the same time. and I haven't done that in a very long time.
It feels
But
good.
I needed it. Like, it was a long week. We had so much that happened last week. It was so fun, but I was like, I just need to rot on the couch today.
It was a good time.
Yes.
CCAT, did you ride on your couch? You always ride on your couch, right?
Yeah, I rotted on the couch for a bunch. Had some wrestling to watch on Saturday.
Yeah, how was the big debut, the big wrestling debut? ESPN, it's been talked about for a while. It was huge.
I started watching the documentary on
is
Netflix
that-
last night.
Not the wrestling.
Yeah, I was watching a lot of wrestling.
Okay.
There was a review of WrestlePalooza on ESPN.com. I couldn't
Okay.
find it anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, John Cena got beat by Brock Lesnar.
Thank you. You don't have to pander anymore. It's like-
AJ Lee returned.
Sure. That was not the wrestling CCAT was watching.
No. But yeah, watched a lot of wrestling, watched a lot of football, took in some Chicago Bears beat down of the Cowboys.
How do you
that
like
was
that?
fun.
And you were out. You were in the Windy City.
Yeah, I was in the belly of the beast. It was nice to see these. It's like Chicago Bears fans were the coal miners who got rescued from the dark that one time. And it was like, wow, the Chilean coal miners. That's the ones I'm referring
Yes,
to.
those are the ones.
Who
That's
were
good.
stuck for like months on end. And the Bears fans have been stuck on end with bad football and reason to believe that there's hope, even though it was false hope. And now you saw Caleb Williams look like the generational #1 overall pick that he thought he was going to be. It was fun to see, even though it was against the Cowboys defense who made Russell Wilson look like an MVP candidate. I think it was nice to see that at Soldier Field.
It was good. It was very promising to see that stuff happen, and it was also promising that you had that paired with the fact that I saw the reception they had to their head coach with Ben Johnson, who got his first win. We talked about how the Bears fan base been a bit dormant and just ready to be awakened, like to be alive in it. And I'm sure it had to be fun. I go to Chicago often as well. My wife's side of the family's all Bears fans. They are all from Chicago. I can't wait to finally be watching a Bears game with them and they have smiles on their faces.
Remember how they reacted? It was at Chicago when it was Vikings versus Bears on Monday Night Football, and that pick six that had the Bears up by 2 scores in the second half against the Vikings. It looked like we finally were seeing a new leaf turned over in the Ben Johnson era of Bears football. They lost that game.
Yeah.
And they got blown out by another divisional opponent the week after. An embarrassing 52
Ugly.
points given
Ugly.
up to the Lions. Cathartic would be the word I would use the Bears fans are feeling after beating the Cowboys.
I was people forget the Mitch Trubisky draft, the Chicago Bears Mitch Trubisky draft.
Bears fans don't.
Bears fans don't. I was actually in Chicago. This is before my wife. This was like when she was my girlfriend. I was with her and her pops in a sports bar in Chicago watching that NFL draft. And the weird, like, people were confounded. People were nervous. The energy wasn't celebratory when the announcement was made that the Bears were trading up and drafting Mitch Trubisky. And don't forget, the Bears trade up and draft Mitch Trubisky. That's the same draft where the Kansas City Chiefs got Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
So there is, like, he and I share that moment. My franchise quarterback came from that draft. His, like, franchise altering in the bad way quarterback, Mitch Trubisky, came from that draft. And then last year you get Caleb Williams and you start to get those same vibes because you're a little nervous it won't pan out. This past weekend showed Bears fans that suffered through all of that there's hope on the other side. And Caleb Williams, 23 years old, former Heisman winner, #1 overall pick. He has the confidence of the locker room, it feels like. Let's just hope that wasn't all because the Cowboys defense sucks.
You saw like every weapon that has been flirted with as being a game changer get action, whether it's Cole Kmet, who's been there for a minute now. Their new tight end, Colston Loveland, the first tight end off the board, a top 10 pick, if I'm not mistaken. Then you had Luther Burden, who was popping early in the preseason.
Touchdown, Luther.
And then, of course, you have first-round pick Romeo Dunze, or first 2-round pick Dunze.
He was
DJ
he
Moore.
was a top 10 pick as well last year.
Everyone got involved.
Everybody got some. And that's what you like to see. Ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Tina, I want you to you're the teacher. You're teacher Tina.
Yes.
And Monday midterms is about checking in on our ball knowledge, checking in on how much we actually consumed from the NFL weekend. So you watched it all from your couch. I watched it all from my couch. CCAT did it from a Windy City sports bar. I want to get this thing cracking. Monday midterms underway, and teacher Tina has the questions for us. So again, this is what, 6 questions?
Yes.
6 questions.
6 questions.
Varies on the week. Today it's 6.
Okay.
No, it's always been
It's
6.
generally.
I wanted to give you some, like,
want-
you know,
yeah,
if
he's
you got a
trying to save
busy
you.
day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today's a 2-question day, guys. Team has got things going on. That's what I was trying to give you some flexibility.
He
there.
tried to save you. You're like,
Yeah.
no.
And we
wants to smoke.
keep the score cumulatively. It's pretty much on aggregate.
If
right
you're watching
now,
us on the
Rizzo,
YouTube,
Rizzo filled in for Theo, and the score counted.
tell him that.
He kept up. He actually
Yeah.
got a point over me last week. So I have 5 and you have 4, Theo.
Yeah, okay, so you're winning by 1. And this, I told you today's the day. This is D-Day. You'll never see that lead again. And again, you can watch at ESPN West Palm on YouTube, and we'll see how this thing rocks out.
I'm not a history buff. Is that like fair to compare D-Day to this? Like
Yeah.
if you were to take the lead, is that what happened with the Americans
Yeah.
or the good guys?
It's over with.
All right, nice.
After that.
I don't want to be the bad guy, so. that nice was a misuse.
Yeah.
That was affirmative. I want to be on your side.
Tina, give us the first.
Is there a war where there were 2 good guys that fought?
Maybe the war of Helena of Troy.
Oh, in Greek mythology, there might
Yeah.
be 2 conflicting forces where you can see
Yeah.
both sides.
We talked a bit about history on our car ride home from Hard Rock Stadium
did.
Saturday night. Me, Theodore C. Conrusso, and our teammate Lindsay Lowry. And the
World War II. But there were bad guys on the other side of that. At least that's what our propaganda tells us.
So show me a war where there were 2 good guys that just happened to disagree.
How about the Spanish-America War of 1812? Was that 1812?
I don't know. We're getting in deep water here.
I don't know. There's a span. Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah, that might.
Well, see,
be
like,
bad.
I literally don't know.
I know.
So, like,
I
could
know.
say
Well, they were like
jokingly and be
conquistadors
very
and
wrong.
whatnot. They were conquering. That's not a good thing. I guess some people might think it was a good thing. How about we get to the Monday midterms?
How many games yesterday featured a score in the final 3 minutes of the fourth quarter?
Ooh.
Wow.
Theo said this earlier
Wow,
in the show.
that's crazy. That works out, huh?
I think I have it. Let's see if I was paying attention to
Yeah.
the show that I'm on.
Pencils down, boards up.
I was paying attention to what I said, and it was 7.
And I also was
Correct.
paying attention. I
Hey,
said 7.
look at
Hey,
that.
now, come on.
Look at that. Me giving both of us an answer to a question 10 minutes before. And I'm glad you actually listened to what I say, CK.
You said, Theo, this was a record for the first time since what?
1970, since the merger
Yes.
in the NFL.
Wow.
Yeah.
They kept records back then? I feel like, the clock was on someone's stopwatch.
Well, that's why I don't think they keep records.
Oh,
they
say.
kept records before. That's why they say since 1970, because we couldn't tell you if it happened before.
For as far as we know, it's the first time it's ever happened.
Whenever they say the first since like the merger or first since certain date, that means we have no clue what the hell happened before it. It's kind of like block shots in the NBA became a stat at a certain point. And so they were like, yeah, most since then, because who knows? Bill Russell might have had 80 in one game.
Yeah, we kept like a folder with a bunch of papers that had the records pre-1970, and
Yeah.
there was a flood, and it got wet. Like, it got the ink bled everywhere.
Yeah. It's like, let's just start over. Let's just say since this date.
It was a crazy, like that, I brought it up again. Jets, Buccaneers. My reaction to the field goal that would have put the Buccaneers up 9 instead got blocked in return and put the
Oh my
Jets up
God.
1.
I thought it was over right there.
Seeing Aaron Glenn hit the dance move on the
Yes.
sideline.
That was amazing.
Yes.
I'm not a Jets fan. I don't root for the Jets at all. That had me very happy for Jets fans.
Tina, are the Jets Jets no longer bald?
They're not that bald.
Okay, so they're growing it back.
They're
They went to
growing,
Turkey.
yeah.
Okay.
They went to Turkey, and we're seeing how the results play out. I like it.
See, for like half seasons, they throw some Rogaine on, but it never quite did the trick.
Yeah. Now they're starting to regain their pizzazz.
And Aaron Glenn said postgame, despite our 0-3 start, we are not the quote-unquote same old Jets.
Right. That's right. You know what they are?
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Aaron Glenn. Per Aaron Glenn.
And then it ended with a big flat flop of a Sunday Night Football game.
Yeah.
We were
Well, the
given
Chiefs win. At least the Chiefs won.
football endorphins the first 2 windows of yesterday, and then it was just Mahomes with a couple of oh my gosh throws, and then a whole lot of Russell Wilson. Wah, wah, wah. Awful.
I enjoyed the win. So is that not enough?
Question number 2.
This QB led the league in passing touchdowns this week.
Who?
I am going to guess that this happened in the one game that
I
felt like there were a lot of points. put
Yeah.
up there. Yeah, this.
I have no idea.
I don't want to give away my answer by talking through it, but I think I got it. Is it time?
Wait, I think
Damn,
I
no,
have
I
it.
think Stop giving them more time, Tina.
Pencils down.
Pencils
boards
down.
up.
Boards up. And
I went
also,
with Sam
bear down.
Darnold.
Caleb Williams had 4 passing touchdowns. There's nowhere Sam Darnold had 5.
Caleb Williams.
Yes. The Seahawks did blow the hell out of the Saints, but how many did Sam actually get in the air?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
I
Nobody
was at a
watched
loss
that
for
game.
No one should have watched that game. I had them in my Survivor.
Me too.
So I was very happy to see that one put away early and often, especially when there was people that had Green Bay and people that were
had the
sweating out the
Bucks.
Buccaneers.
Our Survivor pool, we're in the same Survivor pool, and when I saw we both had the Seahawks, Tina, I can't lie, I was like, damn it, we're screwed. This feels like one of those days where we're both coming on here on a Monday, like just shoulders drooped over and sad because the Seahawks laid an egg, but no, we took care of business.
Yeah, and this was a big underdog covering weekend in the NFL, except for the Titans, who never sniffed covering their
Hell, we
spread.
might just have to start fading them for some, which would go against my heart.
It's
But we might have
Monday-
to start fading them.
Monday midterms, play along at home, on the radio, on the YouTube stream. How well did you pay attention to this football weekend? Right now, for today, Theo's got 2 correct. I've only got 1.
Yep, I'm keeping a score too in our little. I got a little scorekeeper on the side of my panel. Let's get question 3 for Monday midterms here, Tina.
How many unbeaten teams still remain in the league?
Ooh. You got to give us like a 20-second timer because we'll eventually get this right.
Yes, you got to think them out. So there's one team that snuck their way into 3-0, and then there's another team that has been dominant all the way through. Then we have 2. So does the teams count that are playing tonight? You said unbeaten teams. Do the teams that are playing tonight count? Oh, I guess neither one of them are unbeaten, though.
Yeah.
That works. We got Lions, Ravens tonight, and both of them are 1-1.
All right, I'm taking
Who the Ravens lose to?
The Ravens lost week 1 to the Bills.
Bills. I was like, I can't even remember that.
Gotta be honest, you
Pencils
distracted me
down.
with your commentary, so I'm going to take a flyer at this one. And I'm going with the number 3.
6 ball. Look at your show sheet, C-Cat.
Theo's catching up. 6.
Yes. Yes.
You wrote it down?
There are 6 undefeated teams in the NFL today. 6 3-0 teams. We have the
Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers, the
Bills.
Chargers, the Bills.
That's 3.
That's 3. And the other 3, look it up yourself.
Oh, you got the Colts in there.
The Colts. That's 4.
The Rams were unbeaten. No
They
longer.
were no longer.
The Eagles.
The Eagles are unbeaten. That's 5. All right, we're here. We're 1 away.
Seahawks, they unbeaten?
Seahawks, yeah.
No, they're not. They're 2-1.
No.
Oh, they lost to the Rams. 5. That's 5. Not the Cardinals. Not the Panthers. Not the Falcons. This is getting rough. Who's the other 3-0 team?
Yeah,
look up the standings. Somebody look up the standings.
Are the Vikings? No,
I
the
can
Vikings
tell
are
you
not.
them.
Please tell me them. Thank you.
Well,
Tina, why would you make us wait?
I was seeing you guess. You got the Bills.
Nice.
You got the Colts.
Yeah.
You got the Chargers.
Uh-huh.
You got the Eagles.
Yeah.
You got the Bucks.
So you're gonna save the one that
And
we didn't get for last.
49ers.
Oh my God.
That's right,
That
because
was the
Brock
team that
Purdy's
snuck their way in.
overpaid. And, like, you could just throw in a paper bag,
Yeah.
play quarterback for the Niners, and they'll win football games. You don't have to pay someone $53 million a year to play quarterback for the 49ers when you can pay someone $3 million a year.
And the Vikings would have the same sentiment because Kevin O'Connell's doing the thing that Kyle Shanahan's now doing. 3-0 Niners. They snuck by the Cardinals 16-15, an ugly win.
All right, Theo's got 3 correct today. I've only got 1 correct. We go into question number 4.
Deion Sanders went on the New Heights podcast and confirmed that he and his son spoke with this team and asked them to not draft Shador.
Wow. What team would Deion not have wanted Shador to go to?
I got this one easy, my
Yeah?
friend. Yeah.
I know the team that got reported, so I'm going to go with the team that got reported and flirted out there because I have no clue what the actual team would be, because it wouldn't have been one of those teams in the top. They wanted to go to the Giants. They maybe wanted to go to the Browns. I'm going to go with, is it time?
Yep, pencil down, boards up.
I'm going with the Ravens.
I am too.
Correct.
It was
Both-
Baltimore.
Yep, both
Okay.
the Ravens.
A little bit of okey doke there, because I think that, like, the
So you
news
confirmed the
came out.
reports.
Yeah, exactly. The news came out 2 weeks ago when the Ravens were about to play the Browns.
Yeah.
So there was that weird tension there, but I guess I did not catch that. I did not realize that Deion went on New Heights.
I didn't see that he did that either. So much going on with all these player podcasts and all this content. You miss a lot, but the fact that he confirmed it is not crazy.
Yeah, Travis Kelce got to worry about catching footballs and not booking guests for New Heights. That's
Please,
what I would say.
Please. And also, I get it. It's not a bad thing for him to not want his son to be a career backup. If you go to the Ravens, you are signing up to be a career backup. Lamar Jackson is going to have another 10 years as a starter.
I don't.
Yes, that's the truth. What is he? Is he going to become Jimmy Garoppolo?
Okay, now
Like you start for like half a season because Lamar gets hurt and then you pop and then you get a chance somewhere else? No.
I'm not really doing my job here, but it depends on whether or not Shador knew where he was going to get drafted.
He has a
like
chance
if he
in
didn't want to
Cleveland.
get drafted at the tail end of the first round, okay, you still think you can be a chooser. You're not a beggar anymore. But once you get down to the 4th and 5th round, now it's kind of the cards are falling where they may, and beggars can't be choosers.
Beggars can be choosers. Yes, they can.
Injuries happen all the time.
Injuries happen all
If
the time.
Shador
but-
Sanders fills in for 3 weeks, does a good job while Lamar's rehabbing an ankle sprain, he looks really good in that Baltimore offense, and now all of a sudden he gets picked up somewhere else.
He also is nowhere near the athlete that Lamar is. That would be a terrible situation for him to back up Lamar.
So they
'cause
probably
cannot
wouldn't
run
have
the same
drafted,
offense.
or they didn't think about drafting
It sounds
him.
like they were going to draft him because they like the value. And that would be a terrible. I think it would be a terrible situation for Shador specifically because you not only are not going to get a shot to start unless of injury, but when you do fill in the offense that they run in Baltimore, a lot of it is, again, Lamar's a great passer, but a lot of it is predicated, especially in the run game, on Lamar being a threat in the run, and Shador is like the opposite of that.
Yeah, Shador also spoke post-game about how he gets 6 game days a week by playing with the scout players.
Who
and
doesn't
good
want
for
that?
him.
He gets 6 game days a week. Lamar only gets 1.
But this is good for Shador's career right now, being QB3 behind Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel.
Yes, because guess what? The door is wide open for him to start. It is. Better chance to start.
It would be wide open if he was QB2.
Oh, trust me. I've seen oftentimes where QB2 comes in relief, and then 2 quarters in, they're like, actually QB3, step right up. Especially when QB2 is unheralded like Dylan Gabriel is. He is closer to starting with the Browns than he would have ever been with the Ravens.
Okay, but I want the best for his career. I don't think the Browns is the best for his career so far. Like I thought during training camp, that would be the chance to strike while the iron's hot. That's when you get the most amount of reps possible and the most looks possible as being your starting quarterback. It didn't happen, and now I think he's stuck in the mud.
He needs help. Shador Sanders does need more time. He does need more help. He does need more coaching, and I think that him sitting right now is probably best for him because when we saw him play in that last preseason game, yowzers. He was running the wrong way most of the time.
Question 5, if I recall correctly.
Yes. The highest scoring team of week 3 was this team.
Oh, highest scoring team of week 3. Wow. Okay.
I'm
I
stuck
got
between
it.
2
I got
teams
it.
here.
I got it.
There were 2 big blowouts.
Yep.
I
This
think
was crazy.
The foot was taken off the pedal by one of these teams.
Yeah.
And the other team just kept giving the football all the way to this other team. So I got my answer.
Pencils down, boards up.
I went with the Vikings.
Your Minnesota Vikings, 48 ball, right? Or
Correct.
49.
48.
48. What would the Bengals have in that game? Like 6?
I don't know.
Y'all
12?
convinced me Browning was good. And I picked
48 to 10 was the final
Cincinnati
score.
in cover 5,
Oh, no.
and I was destroyed.
Oh, no. Yeah, the Bengals are bad, though. It wasn't that Browning is necessarily good. It's the fact that Joe Burrow, like Browning had
You're
done
like,
a great job.
You're like, they
filling
can
in.
do it without Joe Burrow. It's fine. They'll get it. They'll be fine. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's go with Cincinnati on cover 5.
Isaiah
Oh my
Rodgers-
gosh.
Isaiah Rodgers had the game of his life, too.
Last place.
He had the game of his life.
Seriously.
They
Isaiah
turned the ball
Rodgers-
over 4 times, 2 picks, 2 fumbles recovered, 2 defensive touchdowns.
Cornerback Isaiah Rodgers had 2 touchdowns, a forced fumble, one of them a pick 6. The other one that he forced that fumble of, he picked the ball up and ran it in. He got a 99.9 grade from PFF, which is the highest grade they've ever given to any singular player.
Wow.
And he did that as a cornerback in a game in which his team didn't even need him to do half of the things he did.
What would have he had to do to get 100?
I don't know. I guess because I think they in pass coverage, he also got like a pass deflection. I think he only allowed 1 catch. That was it right there. Probably yeah.
So if he deflected that pass or never allowed it to be thrown to his way, maybe he gets 100.
But here's the thing. I've seen corners like there was one corner, and this is probably before PFF. It was a Rams cornerback or safety, I believe. I think it was a white D-back for the Rams back in the day. Was it Archuleta?
Maybe Eric Weddle?
He had 6 interceptions in one game. I feel like that deserves a 100.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
Vikings poured it on. I
They
thought
did.
it was Seattle for a second, but
they were
then,
close.
Yeah, Seattle had 44. How about that?
Yeah, they were close. The Vikings finished the job. They almost had a 50 burger. I love a good 50 burger. Not enough 50 burgers being handed out in the NFL.
If Theo gets this correct, he'll get 100 on Monday midterm.
I could get the first perfect score ever, the first 4.0.
We'll see about that.
Are you going to block me?
I don't know.
You can't even play defense here.
So this answer can be within 2.
All
Okay?
right.
How many quarterbacks have more touchdown passes than Patrick Mahomes on the season?
Wow.
Can be within 2
Within 2, more touchdown passes than Mahomes.
on the season.
Sheesh. Oh, my gosh.
I don't even know how many
most
he has.
Quarterbacks.
I'm going to go with.
That's most quarterbacks, dog.
Thank you for the hint. I've got my answer.
Man, that's tough. I think Cam Ward has more than him. I'm trying to think if there's any guys that have backups that have thrown. Like, how many did Jake Browning get in his first week? Carson Wentz has been in as well. This is ugly. I'm going to
And
go.
Mahomes is going high in those, as far as quarterbacks go in fantasy leagues this year.
And most of the touchdowns have been like he's had a couple rushing touchdowns. I can't think of any receiver that's actually caught a tutty from him yet. Even last night, the throw to Tyquan Thornton, that was on the 1, and they punch it in with Kareem Hunt. Yeah, man, this is tough.
Pencils down, boards up for the final time.
Wow, you went 18?
I went 18.
I'm going 30.
Well, the correct answer is 18.
Wow. Whoa. What? How in the
And
world?
it could have been within 2. Good job, CCAT.
How in the world?
Uh-huh.
That is incredible.
I feel like there should be a bonus point awarded to me, but I'm not going to ask for
Right,
it.
like you were spot on. Like,
Man,
spot
how
on.
many passing touchdowns does Mahomes have right now? Is that on the sheet?
Nope, it's not.
I got 5. CCAT got 4. That was a great comeback for you on the back end.
Right?
Thank you.
4 out of 6. I got 5 out of 6. I will mark it on the board, and it looks like we are now tied.
Mahomes only has 3 touchdowns on the season.
Oh, my goodness.
That's it.
We're tied. Monday midterm.
Wow.
Both have 9 apiece 3 weeks into the season. We'll see how this thing continues to play out. And I still was right. You'll never taste the lead again. It's D-Day.
You're a worthy adversary.
That was good. That was good runs, bro. Good runs. Good runs. If you're at home and you feel like your AC isn't running well, if that's running poorly, maybe you need to tap in with the good people at EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. They bring to you these Monday midterms. EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Don't look now, but actually, maybe you do want to lock in because EDS is offering 0% interest financing for 60 months to qualified customers. We know that the Florida Heat plays hard and it never takes a timeout. So going cheap on your AC or plumbing is a losing game that's going to cost you more and more and more and more as you get down the line. EDS stands for Everyday Savings, all right? Everyday Savings. It's the real kind. Quality work, trust, peace of mind. Palm Beach County has relied on EDS to stay cool and comfortable for quite some time, and now you got the same-day hot water treater replacement readily available. You got 2 yearly tune-ups with the EDS Gold Plan, and of course, you got the 0% interest for 60 months to qualify customer. You got value, comfort, and a winning record. EDS is yes. EDSisyes.com. That was fun. Monday midterms, man. Nothing like it. Nothing like it.
You're so close to 100.
I thought I went too hard. More
Yeah.
passing touchdowns than Mahomes.
You're watching Patrick Mahomes with too much of a critical eye.
I know.
And that's what it is. You know his potential, and maybe it's not reaching it.
I went crazy. I said 30.
30.
You think there are 30 quarterbacks that have more passing touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes this year?
I thought he only had 2 passing touchdowns. And so I'm thinking 3 or more through 3 weeks. And I know the 2 guys playing tonight have more because Jackson and Goff threw 3 in 1 game each already. So I'm like, through 3 weeks, if Mahomes only has 2, how many quarterbacks have 3 or more touchdowns? And I thought most of them. And I tried to get cute because I was thinking like, okay, Jake Browning or Carson Wentz might have caught, but they didn't get 3. Yeah, I'm an idiot. This is Theoretically Speaking. That's CCAT. That's Tina the teacher. And I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Fall is here, and the flavors of the season are waiting for you at DQ Grill and Chill. Treat yourself to the new Maple Cookie Milkshake. DQ's world-famous soft serve blended with maple cookie crumble and real milk. It's the sweet taste of fall in a cup, but only for a limited time. And don't forget the blizzards of the month, pumpkin pie and caramel toffee cookie. Stop by DQ Grill and Chill today with 2 convenient locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake. Fall tastes better at DQ.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Mondays just got better for the men of Palm Beach County. Unlimited Auto Wash is offering $5 off any wash every Monday at all 6 convenient locations. Men's Monday at Unlimited Auto Wash. Don't miss it.
A resort destination beyond compare, yet conveniently close to home. The Breakers Palm Beach offers everything you desire with the service you deserve in a breathtaking oceanfront setting. Immerse yourself in unparalleled seaside glamour and enjoy all the Breakers has to offer as you create lasting memories with those who matter most. The best part, you don't have to travel far to feel worlds away. Visit thebreakers.com or call 1-800-BREAKERS today.
Attention business owners, the next several months are going to be super busy. Why not let us take some of the burden off of you? Get the help you need from Intelligent Office in Palm Beach Gardens. Professional live receptionists to answer, screen, and forward all of your calls to you live. Why do you need a virtual assistant? No high salaries, no holidays or sick pay, no call-outs, no turnover, and no additional equipment. Call 561-472-8400 or visit intelligentoffice.com to learn more how we can help you streamline your day.
Touchdown! Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
This is the Inter Miami save of the game.
And DC United has to retreat with the ball, but Zuhir has it again outside the upper left. Feeds Benteke in the area. Another header from the penalty spot, but not a lot of pace on it. Ustari lunging to his right, catches the ball, no rebound, and he distributes with a right hand to DePaul. Now DePaul is knocked on from behind in the defensive midfield.
Brought to you by PNC Bank. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865.
There's always tough moments. There's, you got to have thick skin. You know what I mean? Like you got to be able to, know who you are, the player that you are, know what you're capable of. Obviously, been able to show that throughout my career, and obviously, last week and everything else too, what we're capable of as an offense. I think that they made a couple more plays than us today. Like I said, it was a 9-6 game. For most of the part of the game, pretty tight. And we needed, 1 or 2 big plays. And unfortunately, they didn't come our way.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
How's your Super Bowl picks looking, C-Cat?
I did not pick the Giants to go to the Super Bowl.
Making sure.
Playoffs are
They're
still a possibility.
You know the last team to make the playoffs after starting 0-3?
No.
2018 Houston Texans.
Okay.
And the Texans are also 0-3. Neither one of those two teams looking good. You know what is looking good? The Boca Raton Bowl this year. We don't even know who's going to be in it yet, but I can tell you it's going to be good. December 23rd, Tuesday, 2 p.m. I've been telling my family on both sides. I say, hey, look, if y'all want to see me for Christmas, you're going to have to pull up on the boy. Because I'm going to be out here in South Florida. I'm going to be at that Boca Raton Bowl game on the 23rd, and I'm kicking it here through. Because where else can you enjoy the great weather and some great football all in one? And it starts at Flagler Credit Union Stadium at FAU on December 23rd, 2 p.m. kickoff. You got two of the top Group of 5 teams in the nation battling it out for the crown in our backyard. Howard Schnellenberger's statue pointing over us as we watch two teams duke it out. We've seen greats play there. We've seen Zach Wilson. We've seen Bailey Zappi. We've seen Devin Motor Singletary. Who will we see this year? Well, stay tuned to find out. Follow the Boca Raton Bowl on Facebook, facebook.com/Boca Raton Bowl. And then you can go on Twitter and you can go at Boca Raton Bowl.
Or at Boca Bowl.
Or at Boca Bowl. Boca Bowl is actually going to do you better.
Yeah.
Boca Bowl is going to be the way to go there at Boca Bowl. But if you want to get fancy, you could also just see who has that other handle, right? I mean, it's not going to hurt. Won't be right. What about the .com? Do we remember the .com? BocaBowl.com /tickets.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tina, I asked Theo during the break.
Shut up,
hey,
TK.
I have the piece of paper in front of me. Do you want me to give you the piece of paper,
No, I
or do you
didn't
think you
want
can do it by head?
I
He goes,
did it
"You
by
know,
head."
I don't need it. Top of the head, just fine.
I was close. Started strong. Strong start to that.
You know, who's starting strong this season? The Indianapolis Colts.
God.
Still undefeated.
I think it's real.
I refuse to believe it. The Colts will have to go like 8-0, and they'll have to beat someone who was in either AFC or NFC championship game last year for me to truly believe that they are good.
Daniel Jones is quarterback, right?
Yeah.
It's him.
You
Yeah.
like the way he looks?
Well, no, last year I just felt really bad for him. So I'm very happy for him.
Man, he was playing scout team safety for the Giants last
They
year.
beat the Broncos.
I said a team that's in the AFC or NFC championship game.
Well, they'll play the Rams on the road next week.
Okay.
That's a real test.
Sure.
I'm saying they were in the divisional game. The Rams were the only team that almost beat the Eagles last year in the playoffs.
That's awesome. I'm telling you, it's a flaw in my own head.
Okay.
Like, I refuse to believe this is going to work out going forward in the future.
Is it because of the goofy-ass look on Daniel Jones' face still? Is that the issue?
Maybe. Maybe it's because for many of years we were led to believe that the only reason why Daniel Jones had a modicum of success was Brian Daboll and the New York Giants.
Yeah.
It's really just him.
It's the same thing.
And
though.
now
You got
we're
Shane
seeing
Steichen.
if he gets out of there into what might have been a worse situation, at least we thought going into this year.
Now, this
Turns
is a
out
better
he's a lot better, and the Giants were holding him back.
Yeah. He's the kind of quarterback that needs a near perfect situation to be able to thrive, and that's what he has. He has what he had in New York: a good offensive line, an electric running back, a play caller that knows how to use his strengths and mitigate his weaknesses. And don't look now, but the Colts got some weapons out there. Like, they probably have better receivers than what Daniel Jones had on his playoff run. When you think about Tyler Warren, the ultimate weapon at tight end. Then you got Josh Downs. You got I got to check and see.
Pittman.
Well, Pittman is great security blanket. But Alex Pierce,
Yeah.
is he okay?
I think it might be Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce, yeah. He got hurt on one of those downfield throws. Josh Downs also ended off of the injury report. Adonai Mitchell. Like, the Colts have real weapons as well. Like, I think this is the real deal. Like, we knew the Texans might fall off a little bit this year, but I called the Titans 1 year or 1 or 2 years too early. This is the Colts year.
What is more surprising? How the Colts have looked and that they're undefeated? Because it's not just that they've squeaked by a bunch of games.
Yeah.
They're blowing teams out, and it started really hot against the Dolphins. That more surprising, or Clemson being 1-3? Because Clemson
being 1-3.
Yeah. Best quarterback in the ACC, or so we thought.
Yeah, they were voted to win the ACC. Kay Klubnik was a Heisman pick. I said at the beginning of the year he might be the number 1 overall pick in this next year's draft.
And the rumors are going around are that Miami is who we thought Clemson was going to be this year.
They are. And you know who was one of the lone media members to vote Miami as the ACC champions at ACC Media Days?
Who could have been that brave?
It's your boy.
What?
And Zeke did too. Zeke the intern voted for Miami.
Wait, he
good
got
insight.
a vote? Oh no, that's a scandal.
That's a scandal?
We have Zeke the intern.
Zeke the intern is astute on ACC football.
Got to revoke his vote. What the hell's going
He
on
might
here?
have been right.
This is a bigger scandal than the AP voter.
He might have been right. Zeke the intern might have been right.
Sometimes you're too close to things to truly know it for what it is. And maybe that's a lot of AP voters. Maybe they know too much. Get it at a glance, get an outside view of the league, and he could just smell success on Cristobal, Miami this year.
Man, he saw them dudes pull up. He saw the aura. You know what I'm saying? He saw the responses. He wasn't fooled by the charm that Cade Klubnik put on me.
Tina, you've been covering sports in this area for a long time now, and you went to
With a
Miami.
sharp eye.
You went, but at least you can feel environments. You've been in these environments.
Yes.
How was it, Gators versus Hurricanes over the weekend?
So we were outside the stadium, but it was packed. It was insane. And both schools showed up. Like in the fan zone area that we were in, you saw hundreds of Canes fans.
Yeah.
Hundreds of Gators fans. It was like really good energy there.
It's good vibes. The rain kind of killed a little bit of it.
Yeah, the rain wasn't ideal. It was downpouring on us a good portion of the day that we were there. But the vibes were good. The vibes were high.
Vibes were high. Vibes are always high at a Duffy Sports Grill near you. If you want to watch football from the comfort of your favorite Duffy Sports Grill, well, just look online, duffysmvp.com, find the one nearest you, pull up and enjoy some brews, some vibes, some food, and also the 80 or more television screens in every location. They got outdoor and indoor seating at most Duffys, so you can, if you want to be outside and it's not rainy, you can do that. Or if you want to sit inside and enjoy the delicacies provided by the full roster of new football features, you can do that as well. What are the new football features, Theo? Well, maybe you like the barbecue pulled pork nacho with the hand-cut tortilla chips, slow-cooked pork shoulder, Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce. Love me some pork shoulder, by the way. Underrated. You know, just chop that shoulder off, get that thing all steamed up, marinated, and you dip it in that barbecue rub. Got some jalapenos on that as well. That is how you do some barbecue pulled pork nachos. How about a Duffy's double smash burger, 2 certified Angus beef patties, smashed with caramelized onions, and topped with melty aged sharp cheddar. You get all that and more at Duffy's Sports Grill. Duffy'sMVP.com. You want to get that burger with touchdown tots? Why not? There's 2 different styles of touchdown tots, buffalo chicken or OG cheeseburger tots. 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And at Duffy's, you got 80 or more television screens. You're not missing a minute of the action. No one does football season like Duffy's. Visit your favorite local Duffy's. And at Duffy's, our game is always on. More theoretically speaking on the other side.
Don't fumble your finances. Whether you're running a business or running plays, Jay Zolo and Associates keeps your books tight in your stress light. With nearly 30 years of experience, Jay Zolo is your go-to coach for QuickBooks, offering expert consulting, one-on-one training, and full-service bookkeeping. Jay Zolo and Associates, simplifying your books so you can win on and off the field. Visit jzolo.com today. That's JZOLLO.com.
Get ready, South Florida. It's the 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl. Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at FAU's Flagler Credit Union Stadium. 2 of the best group of 5 teams go head-to-head in the ultimate holiday showdown. Over 150 players have gone from this field to the NFL. Who's next? Visit BocaRatonBowl.com for the latest, including when tickets will go on sale. The 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl, Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at Flagler Credit Union Stadium.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and if you love football, you're in the right place. Monday Night Football wraps up Week 3. The Lions head to Baltimore for a clash with the Ravens that will shake up the standings. We go live to Baltimore at 7. It's Lions and Ravens here on ESPN 106.3.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
South Florida's most trusted moving company is Safebound Moving and Storage. And for good reason. They've got a trained team of experts. Everybody always loves something that's family owned. Well, that's Safebound Moving and Storage's story. They're also based in West Palm Beach, and they serve all of the Sunshine State. So whether you're moving out of Florida, into Florida, or around the state, Safebound Moving and Storage has the experience, expertise, and She moved from South Florida to Georgia via safeboundmoving.com, and she was taken well care of. Maybe you're in a luxurious situation. Well, I didn't just make that up. That's a real thing. Safebound Luxury, expert team in art handling, special event moving, luxury retail, and high-end residential. Safebound's luxury services also have you covered. SafeboundMoving.com. It's South Florida's most trusted moving company. Go check in with the good people. Don't move on your own. Guys, wow, this is Emotion Monday. A lot of motion this Monday.
Man.
A lot of fun.
We're actually in the full swing of things with football. Now we can actually draw conclusions, I think.
Right. Real ones.
Like, after week one, it's like, you can't really actually definitively say something and say it with your chest and mean it. You can pawn anything off as, oh, it was just 1 week. It's just 2 weeks. I got 3 weeks of football.
3 full ones. Good data points. I can't wait till tonight. Monday Night Football tonight. Your Ravens against the Detroit Lions. Prime time. We both had our teams in prime time this weekend, and that's the best way to enjoy your team.
It absolutely is. It really is, because you don't have to worry about missing things on Red Zone and missing what's going on around the rest of the league when you've got your team in prime time. Really a fun one. Lions, Ravens. I think the last time they played, the Ravens kind of kicked the crap out of the Lions.
Stumped their necks in. The Ravens are trying to be the first team to have 40 points in 3 straight games to open the season, I think, in the history of the league.
The Ravens are also the highest power-rated football team in the league, according to the sports books.
They're the most complete, man.
Despite losing to the Bills, when they're putting odds together and spreads together, they respect the Ravens more than anyone else in the NFL.
I do, too. Tina, glued to the couch for a Monday night affair here?
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Oh, she's not as excited about this game.
Is it a Monday night love affair, as you alluded to?
It's a Monday night love affair.
Okay.
Yeah.
A love affair of football.
But no love lost between these two sides. I like when people say that. I never understood what it meant.
The Ravens defense is going to bully Jared Goff tonight.
All right. Well,
I need his points for fantasy.
Yeah, I have a fantasy too. Go in love, go in peace, go in joy. Protect Jared Goff at all costs.
Baseball's greatest international spectacle returns to Miami. The World Baseball Classic comes to Lone Depot Park in March 2026, bringing the planet's top baseball talent under one roof. Witness MLB superstars represent